What's up everyone, my name is Rosendo, welcome back to my channel. We are back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Call, because for some reason I opened my YouTube channel and I see an influx of videos influx of views on Call and a few new subscribers that I want to check out, and I don't know why. Now real quick before I mention that, I know I said I wanted to post one video a week and I kind of broke that streak last week. That was just because I was out of town. I recorded that video 2 weeks ago, but I wasn't able to finish it in time before I left. So I uploaded 2 weeks ago. I uploaded the video today on February 23rd. And the reason I mentioned that is because A, you got that video today, and B, I haven't actually opened YouTube Studio since then because I was doing a bunch of other things. So now is my first time opening. I actually opened it this morning, and that's when I noticed that Call, it looked like, well, first of all, first thing I noticed was I had a few new subscribers, and then in the YouTube Studio, it came to my attention that for some reason Call got a ton of views, and I ignored it. I figured there's probably an explanation, but whatever. Until I was looking for, I was thinking about what video to do today, and I wanted something quick. I wanted something kind of simple. So I was thinking about just taking one of my short form videos and elaborating on it. And that's when I actually thought, you know what, let me open Call. And I opened the Call track, and I see people comment on YouTube, and I see people commenting on it like, hey, who's here from this video? And now I'm just confused, and now I want to check it out. So today's just going to be a little bit different. Again, it's meant to be a quick video. I wanted to do something relaxing and something a little bit more laid back today anyways, although last video was a little bit laid back, but it was still a little bit more kind of complex in what I was exploring. Today we're doing something simple. I wanted to do something simple anyway, so I'm just going to react a little bit to what was going on there, because I have no clue what's going on with Call. And by the way, it's not like I had a huge influx of, you know, oh, I got thousands of views and someone enormous used my song. I actually have no clue. I got like 10 new subscribers and a couple of 100 new views on Call. So I'm just going to check it out, reacting to something small, because I've never done something like this, and we're just going to find out. So without further ado, let's hop into YouTube and let's get to the bottom of this. All right, so let's see if we can find Call over here. Let's go to it. All right, so we're on Call, and I see 51 likes, 730 views, which is about 700 more than I normally get on my videos. So as far as I'm concerned, that's what, like a 300% increase. That caught my attention. When your views increase by 300% and your subscribers increase by 30%, I think something deserves to be checked out. All right, so let's see. This is what I saw earlier, and then I thought about, you know what, let me react to this. Because I have no clue what they're referring to, and I'm a big YouTube guy, so JK is something is new to me. I mean, I know what this is. Hero Battlegrounds. See, now I'm just confused. Yes, this isn't an original track for anyone who's asking. Here before people realize this came from JK Sound. So now I got to get to the bottom of this. Imagine finding some random blue guy and this thing starts playing. I'm assuming it was some YouTuber playing Fortnite or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let me just check the analytics real quick, because I checked them earlier, but I didn't see anything too crazy. 18.5 hours. Maybe the region will tell me something. Japan, Thailand, Vietnam. 13 to 17 years old. Okay, that might explain something. That's probably why I don't recognize the creator. Let's see. When did this happen? This happened around February 15th. So yeah, this was end of last week. YouTube search. So my best guess is that this is people. I mean, obviously YouTube got the views, so it has to be someone from YouTube, because they didn't go on Spotify. Well, actually, I haven't checked. Let me check Spotify real quick. Wow, 61 streams in the last week. So yeah, Spotify got some views too. 4 streams per listener. That might mostly be me. People added to their playlist. Some saves. Again, it's hard to say. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Thailand, somewhere over here is my best guess. Although all over the place. Of course, US, because I'm a US-based audience. Of course, something like UK because the lyrics are in English and it's drum and bass. But we'll see. Yeah, Bangkok and Malaysia. All right, so let's see if we can get to the bottom of this. Now, I haven't gotten any notifications that my song has been used in any videos, which is going to make this a little bit hard. If I did, I would go straight there. Or maybe I have and I don't know where to check it. But I guess I just got to see what I can find out. All right, let's start simple. JK. This is going to be hard. JK, Hero Battlegrounds. Heroes Battlegrounds. Actually, I don't even know that game. Oh, it's a Roblox. Oh, that would explain why they were so young. The viewers. Oh, huh. All right, that works. JK Roblox. This is probably going to be a 2-part video, assuming someone responds to me. I think someone will. I guess I just have to go to plan B and see if someone responds to my comments. Yeah, it has to be. I know it's Roblox related. I've put together that much. All right, so this will be a part 2 video, everyone. Assuming someone responds, because I don't know. Oh, it's probably nothing. It's probably going to be nothing crazy, but I've already committed to making this next Sunday's video, so you guys are gonna have to watch this. But we'll see. All right, I'm gonna respond to some of these comments and I'll get back to you guys. All right, we are back. It is the next day, and I'm happy to let you guys know that the mystery has gotten nowhere. I was not able to figure it out. No, I did a little bit of deep diving and I got close. I don't think I got quite solved it, but I got close. Now let's talk about that first, and then I'm going to talk about the other thing I want to talk about. So first things first, based off my, I actually haven't even gone through the footage of yesterday, so I don't know how close I got. But based off my research, it seems like there was, so in the Roblox kind of fandom, there seems to be some sort of animation about a character named KJ that went viral, and everyone's, watching this really cool animation, I guess. And then they made a game after that animation that has fan-made characters based off that animation. Long story short, it seems like one of the character's name is JK, has some sort of animation, some sort of dance, some sort of moves in the game, and some fan-made videos that has call playing in the background. And that's as close as I got. That does leave one important question though. So like I said, long story short, it seems like there's a game in Roblox that's based off of an animation on YouTube or wherever that animation was came across. There's a game in Roblox based off an animation that kind of has the same characters doing fighting stuff, whatever. And one of the characters has, fan-made videos or some sort of animations that includes the vocals to call. So let's talk about that. Now in that video, you can hear the vocals of Call, but it's actually not my track. And I don't know where the confusion came from. And the reason that's the furthest I got, by the way. I really tried looking, I even re-downloaded Roblox. I played Roblox a long time ago. I mean, again, I'm a gamer through and through, so I've played pretty much everything at one point. I even re-downloaded Roblox and checked out this game, and I didn't really get anywhere. But the point is, I tried to get to the bottom of it, and that's as close as I got. It seems like there's an animation of this character named JK, that is kind of going all over the Roblox universe, that has the Call vocals playing in the background. Now, that's as far as I got. The reason that I am not completely convinced that I got to the bottom of it is because the analytics of Call, which you'll see right here, actually indicate that on YouTube, and maybe Spotify's different, I don't know. On YouTube, people actually search for this. People search for Call Rosendo, and nowhere could I find in any video that my actual track was used, or that it was credited as maybe mistakenly, someone mistakenly heard the vocals and maybe Shazammed it or something, and it was mistaken as my track. But yeah, the reason I'm not convinced is that people were actually searching up, the name of the track with my artist name. So at some point, this had to have gotten distributed somewhere. I don't know where, I don't know when. Maybe it was just in the comments of one of these videos that I missed, and I don't know. But at this point, this got distributed somewhere. Because you can see these are, people searching up this on YouTube. Literally, they're not searching up anything else. They're not searching up Call My Name. They're not searching up anything like that. They're searching up this. And again, there's all sorts of YouTube search, external things. Even on Spotify, I didn't even get to look into where it came from. But the fact of the matter is, people are searching up, at least on YouTube, Call Rosendo, and I have no clue where this got distributed from. So that's about it. Now, obviously, this video wouldn't be very interesting. I mean, it's already not that interesting. But obviously, this video wouldn't be very interesting if the trail ended here. That was kind of the risk I was taking, trying to react to something without knowing exactly where the ending was. But actually, I want to take this opportunity to talk about something in the industry that not a lot of people talk about, which is samples. Because this is actually a perfect time to talk about that. Now, earlier you saw someone comment on my track, comment on my video and the track, if it was the original. And my thought, the first thing that went through my head is, yes, this is an original track. I didn't rip it from somewhere. It's not a remix of anything. This is an original track. But I think the mistake came from if people thought that my track is the original track that used those vocals, and everything else is just a rip off of this track, which wouldn't be the case. It's a Splice sample. I don't think that my track was the first one to use that Splice sample and then everyone else is ripping off. That's not even the point. Splice is a blanket license that anyone can use. But we're going to talk about that. So let's talk about samples, because it's very possible that Call My Name vocal was used in a different track and people took it as Call by Rosendo by either Shazamming it or something else. I actually checked my Shazam stats. It's nothing crazy. It doesn't explain this big influx. It explains maybe, I think 15 influxes. But not, several hundred like you see over here, 176. So it's probably, my best guess is that it got Shazammed and the Splice, the sample got identified as my song and my song got distributed somewhere in the comment section in another video that I didn't find or something like that. So let's talk about samples. What are samples? Today we'll be talking about Splice. Now I want to make a whole nother video on this, probably diving into samples a little bit more, but this will be a good video just kind of addressing samples kind of clearly, especially if anyone's kind of coming to this video after going through Call and thinking, is this the original track? Is this the original track that uses the vocals, or these vocals made by me, which they weren't, but we're going to talk about that. So for those of you who don't know, in the music industry, samples are pretty big, right? And there's one big marketplace for samples called Splice, probably the biggest marketplace for samples. And samples could be anything from, a snap, a clap, it could be one hit of a drum, it could be a guitar loop, or it could be entire vocals to a song. And these samples are accessible to really any artist who pays for that service, or maybe even artists who don't pay for the service. But samples can be accessed by pretty much any artist at this point. And it's very possible that, several artists can use the same sample without even knowing, and one sample can go through many songs, and then it's hard to say who used it first, but it doesn't really matter who used it first because it's just a general sample. Whoever came up with it was the person who uploaded it to the library, to Splice or to whatever library, and well, they came up with it, but it wasn't really used in a track that we know of, so it's not really an original sample. It's just a blanket license that anyone can use. It's being distributed saying, hey, people use my sample and whatever they want. Now, whether you know it or not, or whether you like it or not, samples are actually huge in the music industry. It could go all the way from artists like myself who don't have have a few monthly listeners on Spotify and don't have anyone to do their vocals, so they just go on Splice and find a vocal loop and just make a whole track out of it, which is what I did with Call. So yes, Call just has a blanket sample that I found on Splice, so Call My Name in the dark, you hear the vocals in the track, but that loop is just a sample on Splice. I didn't sing the vocals, I didn't get someone else to sing the vocals, and there are other artists who can be using the track, which actually, if you find that animation that I found on YouTube, that some animation someone made, it has the Call My Name vocals with, I think, another track under it, something like that. So yes, samples can be used by pretty much anyone. I actually have 3 right here that I want to pull up for you all to see if you guys recognize them, because these are 3 big samples used by some of the biggest artists. Let's start with, we'll save this one for last. Let's start with this one, right? The sample loop that I found on Splice that anyone can access. I could download this right now if I wanted to. Let's go right here. This one might be a little hard to recognize, but it's a guitar loop that anyone can access, and it's slowed down a little bit. Let's speed it up. Actually, I can't speed it up in here, but if it's not clear, it's probably not clear to you all. This is out of Drip Too Hard by Little Baby. So again, just a sample. Obviously, they sped it up. Maybe they changed the pitch or whatever, but this is a sample that was used in a very big track with, let's check the streams. 1.6 billion streams is this sample right here. And that's just one of them. This sample could have been used in many other tracks. There are probably plenty of tracks out there that use samples that have so many more streams as well. Let's take a look at number 2. This one shocked me. I didn't know this was a sample until I came across it on Splice, and I thought, wait a minute, I've heard that before. 790 million streams out of Party by Bad Bunny. Let's hear that one more time. Right at the start of the track, that's the first thing you hear. And of course, the most, we're going to say notorious, the most notorious example in recent times, with a track that has, track that's been topping the billboards, closing in on 2 billion streams right here. This is definitely something that's been making the headlines, is that Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, or whoever produced Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, really just used 1 or 2, or I think 3 loops out of all of them from this pack, actually. I'm sure you could find them if they're in here, right? But they're all from this pack. It made big headlines because it became such a big track. 1.9 billion, 1.977 billion streams, so almost under 2 billion, which was made almost entirely from samples with just Sabrina's vocals on it. Now, whether or not that's art or ethical or the right or wrong is probably a video for another time, and it probably doesn't matter all that much because at the end of the day, it got 1.977 billion streams. We're not talking about that today. We're talking about the fact that a lot of people don't really know the kind of the role of samples in the music industry, and that's just something I want to draw to attention, especially if people are coming to my channel thinking that the Call My Name is my original vocals and it's my original track, and people are kind of ripping it off. That's not the case. I mean, Call is my original track, but those vocals are not my original vocals. Or B, if people are really unaware of what's going on in the industry, and again, this is not a good thing, it's not a bad thing, this is just a thing that's going on. It's up to you to decide whether you like it or not. But I just wanted to bring that to attention because, I mean, some people might not know that. To me, it's clear as day. Hey, that's just a sample I found on Splice. I threw it on my track. Good. Some people might not know that, hey, that's just a sample. Maybe they thought I made the vocals. I just wanted to draw attention to that as a producer, as someone who knows a little bit about the industry. I'm not that big into the industry, but I keep up with it. As someone who knows a little bit about the industry and realize that, hey, you know what? A lot of people probably don't know that samples are just a thing. People don't always come up with everything on their own. Yeah, so you might think that your favorite artist or your favorite producer is coming up with everything on their own and they have their kind of own special private sounds that they use. No, people can just sometimes go on libraries as big as Splice, which again, it's very, very common. It's probably the biggest library, and they can just pick a sample or two. These are just 3 examples I showed you guys that made kind of massive tracks, all in the hundreds of millions and billions. But these are all over the place. These are not exclusive to these are not just the only 3 samples that exist. It's a huge library, Splice, and I'm sure there are many tracks out there all that have samples in them. So again, this is just to bring that attention, bring attention to the fact that samples are a thing. Keep an eye out. Maybe you'll hear some in your tracks, but that might not take away from the art that is the track. That's up for you to decide. Again, that's a video for another time. But yes, samples are a thing. They're definitely a thing in the music industry. There's whole libraries where people can use the same samples. That's why you might hear artists use the same sounds or things like that. And yeah, just be aware. But yeah, so anyone who came to this video for my channel from the track Call, hopefully this kind of clears things up a little bit. If I'm missing something, if that track got distributed in a different way, because again, something is not explained here, let me know. But again, it is my original track, not my original vocals. I'm sure that vocal can be used by many people, including that video you guys saw. But yeah, samples are a thing in the industry. Again, this is just a norm. It's not something that, I think should be hidden. It's not something that I think we should hate or enjoy, or again, make up your own minds on that. I do want to make a video deeper on samples in the future, but today is just a quick informational video on getting to the bottom of why my track is making it big on Roblox, and B, sharing my experience on samples and acknowledging that, hey, those are not my original vocals, and it's really, really, really common for artists to use samples in their tracks, even the biggest artists that you might not even realize, which is what I was trying to get through over here. But that's about it. Again, quick video, informative video, a little bit different, but I'm glad I'm making this kind of video just to switch it up a little bit. But yeah, of course, let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to check out Call, stream it, save it to playlists, that would be great. It's a drum and bass track. For those of you who don't know, you probably don't. Electronic music, EDM, is a big kind of umbrella term. It's a big genre. It's a big category. And drum and bass is one subgenre of that. That's a drum and bass track. So if you enjoyed Call, maybe you can check out other drum and bass tracks, but I think I'm getting ahead of myself. But anyways, that was Call. So again, let me know if you guys have any questions or comments, and I'll see you all next time.